top left button first, wait for GPS is ready, press options, which is this button here, and then we're going to come down, navigation, and we're going to select navigation, and we're going to go down to saved locations, and we're going to select that. And then we've got Little Niset, which is where we were this morning, but we don't want to go back there. Obviously when I did this the first time I didn't really sort of name it properly, so I'll probably have to rename this. But obviously the BL is for Bleak House, so we will select that. Then we can either go to it, which obviously would start the navigation, or map, or name. So I can probably rename it from here. That gives you its position, elevation, details, geographical point, searching around me, Linz Tor, Amicrom Hill, Great Niset, Kitty Tor, oh, that's interesting, Spring, Jackman's Bottom. So you could actually find places on here, that is interesting. Green Tor, that's actually where we want to head via tomorrow on the way to Boiler House, Ruin.
Black Ridge, Gunnergate Tors, so it's High Will Hayes, Little Niset, Chat Tor.
Quite a list of names around here. So we'll have a look for some shopping. Convenience.
Bagator Farm, Department, Boots, Turnout Campton, Pet Supermarket, Waitrose, Lidl.
Around me, loading map. Wow, what have we got here? What's this? Obviously the blue marks are points that I've put in as favourites. Let's just select that area there. Amicum Hill, Spring, Green Tor. So if we go in that direction, let's go in that direction. There should be, yeah, Linz Tor. And that is some of the navigation features on here. That's quite interesting. Even in a watch video you can get a little bit of Lassie charging around. You remember it mentioned about Linz Tor? Well, that's that one there. Well, we'll have a bit of a practice with it tomorrow. The sun's just gone down behind that hill over there, which is the direction we'll be going tomorrow. That's west, and that's my sleeping quarters. Okay, well, I've put Gunnergate's Tor in, and as you can see it's going to take me up the hill and then around the track. Okay, well look, you can see here we're cutting the corner and you can see Green Tor if the camera... The going is pretty rough. It's kind of nip and tuck as to which would actually be quicker, following the trail or directly straight across. And of course Lassie has found another bog to play in. We're putting Brat Tor in. It is actually doing a sensible route. I think going that way is also a perfectly sensible way. So I will follow the watch around the track and see. The most sensible thing would have been to have gone from Green Tor down to Bleak House, up the tiny hill, and then there's a track which you can actually see, you know, going around there. For some reason, and I started doing what makes the most sense, hence that slight squiggly line there. Let me just zoom out. So you can see Green Tor is kind of like where the 23 meters is, you know, in general relationship terms. My red line that goes down and comes back up again, that was me heading towards Bleak House, but then I've noticed I was off the track that it wants me to be on, and then I'm on the track that it wants me to be on, but very clearly there isn't a track here. You may want to take some of its track readings with a little bit of a pinch of salt, because the tracks that it thinks are there, well, whether or not there's no track, clearly no track here. What I do is I'm going to carry on following it, because I'm just curious. I'm sure it's going to pick up this track over here. Well, I hope it does anyway. See what it does. Well, we're following it, and this is the exact path, but of course there's no path. I think it gives you an indication as to where to go, let's say. Anyway, we'll carry on and see where it takes us. We'll maybe see you in Timbuktu. Okay, well, credit where credit is due. We have joined a bit of a path here, so, you know, there is a path here. It's just it's not up there. and it's probably not the best way to come, but you know, it's fine. I mean, okay, there is a path here, so okay, well, stand corrected. Garmin knows something I don't. And it even had me crossing a little bridge there. Mind you, it's a bit less fun for Lassie, because then she's got to find a different way to play in the water. So yeah, so it even had me crossing that little bridge thing rather than having to step across up there. But you can see that it was it's keeping us on this track. So far so good. Okay, well, we were coming along this trail here, and you can clearly see there's kind of two ways to go. I mean, the one up there is more trail-like, but that kind of looks like a trail. And when you point the watch in that direction, you can see the little arrow is kind of pointing to the left a bit, and when you point it that way, it's more pointing along the trail. We'll take this track here and we'll kind of sort of see what happened. Okay, well, I almost wish it had been that path, but after like 10 meters I could see the arrow was going in the wrong direction, so I had to turn this way. I ended up walking on the top up here, and here we can see it saying 422 meters to go with our left hand turn just ahead. And we can see the left hand turn just here, and then obviously Brat Tor is just over there. Okay, well, I can't fault it again, unfortunately. The first fault probably wasn't really a fault. I think the first fault was fair enough. Just up there when I was talking to you and I said it's going to give me a left hand turn in a minute, it should have done a sharp left hand turn. It kind of would have taken you along there directly to Brat Tor. You can see what it's actually tried to do is bring me down here, and then that left hand turn that I thought was what it was talking about is this one in 15 meters, which clearly must be this little one here. It's not the best way to get there, you know, you'll definitely get there, but it definitely would have been better off cutting across up there. But again, it's just something just to bear in mind that, you know, it may not go exactly the right way. It's done very, very well, I have to say. It's done very well up until this point, but I think it would have made more sense to have gone across there. But anyway, we'll cut down here and we'll see what happens. Well, the path it brought us along is this one through here. I mean, there's sort of an obvious path down there. I think we would just cut straight across, to be honest. So again, whilst I did kind of criticise the watch, it kind of did bring us along a path that's there. Brat Tor there. It got us to it, you know, very successfully. Good on the watch. I don't know if it's going to focus there. Okay, and it's brought us here. It still says we've got 63 meters to go, but that's probably just need to go round the side of it a bit or something like that. So distance 0.06. That's the elevation graph. Obviously we're here. Speed 0, heading and elevation. Distance, I'm guessing that's total distance that we've, and obviously all of these graphs are customizable. Obviously this one here, you can see there's two timer things on one page there, so you know, very clearly you could completely customize each and every one of these pages. We'll stop it because we've arrived, and we will save 2 hours 18, base, aerobic and training effect information, recovery 3 days. So generally I hope that gives, you know, some information on the Garmin Fenix 6X. That's the Sapphire 51mm version. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, and I will see you again in the near future.